story and talk about Don Lemon and Harvey Levin are weighing in on Wendy Williams' situation. So y'all already know we don't. I don't want to recap it again, but Don Lemon did an interview with Wendy Williams after Charlemagne. Charlemagne had the first interview, then it was Don Lemon, then Jason Lee had an interview with her, and then Harvey Levin also spoke with her. He didn't really go into details because he said it was between the both of them, but they did have they basically had a little conversation. So yeah, TMZ EP, Harvey Levin basically said that he had a 90-minute conversation with Wendy on Friday and basically said that she didn't show a hint of disability despite her aphasia and frontal temporal dementia. And he basically, he said, first of all, I did not know that Harvey Levin is 74. Can we pause for a second? We know people had their issues with Harvey, but I'd actually sleep with him. Like a good 74. The man hits the gym. The body is snatched. He homosexual, in case y'all didn't know. Um, and I'm like, ooh, Harvey is 74 looking like that. Well, child, I hope I get to be that age to be 74, all body right and tight and looking a little youthful. I don't know if it's the Botox or whatever, but he snatched. But anyway, let me get out of that and get back on this topic. I know some people probably like ill, but whatever. Don't be judging my level of who I like to hunch. So first, let's get to so now Don Lemon said that basically he gave his assessment because I had to scroll down a little bit because I was like, everybody's doing recaps and stuff on their articles, and this was from Too Fab, by the way. So shout out to them. And he basically, he gave his assessment of the talk show host, explaining that while she doesn't seem like the same person she was back in the day, he doesn't believe she sounded incapacitated or that she has dementia or aphasia. He said that Williams appeared lucid. He said, this is my assessment. Does Wendy sound like the Wendy Williams back in the day when I was on her program? No, she doesn't. Does Wendy Williams sound like the Wendy Williams that visited me at my house and then would call me randomly? No. Does Wendy Williams sound lucid to me? Yes. Does Wendy Williams sound like she has dementia? No. Does she sound like she has aphasia or any other of that stuff or that she's incapacitated? No. And I think what hurt a lot of the people in the media, because y'all did kind of drag this up a little bit. I feel like y'all over dramatized it. When y'all say somebody is lucid, you make it sound like they literally just laid out in the bed, half-past dead, drool coming out of the side of their mouth, they shitting all on themselves, and they got to get them, somebody got to come in with a bedpan and scrape their booty hole and all other stuff and clean them up. That's the way it comes across when y'all say somebody is incapacitated, when y'all put it in that way. And when we looking at her, I'm like, incapacitated in what way? Child, hold on, let me look it up, because that's incapacitated. So it says deprived of strength or power. Well, she is deprived of power because y'all taking her power away from her, where y'all trying to control her damn life. So yeah, it says can care for cats while the owners are away or are temporarily incapacitated, unable to. Chill, why are we talking about pets? Especially when y'all took away Wendy Williams' cats. This is not a good example of this is the Merriam-Webster dictionary. They say incapacitation is the physical and or mental inability to make informed rational judgments and decisions. Someone is incapacitated if they are asleep or unconscious. Well, yeah, that's the only time I'm incapacitated, if I'm asleep. Someone can also be incapacitated by alcohol or other substances. Yeah, when you don't have control of yourself or whatever, that's what incapacitation means. So they're trying to say that she's not capable of making informed rational judgments, but she sounded like she pretty much can make informed judgments when she was talking. And I know there was some people out there that had a problem with the way Don Lemon was coming at Wendy. Like he was trying to say, oh, I want Wendy to speak for herself. In so many ways, he didn't really want Alex trying to chime in to defend her. And I do feel like when he was doing that, it did come across a little bit aggressive. However, I think what he wanted to show, like, let Wendy speak for herself. I get that you wanted Alex there to be your wing woman, but if we knew Wendy back in the day, if she wasn't in the situation she was in, Wendy would be able to articulate her own thoughts and be able to be like, okay, I can't speak on certain things because it's of legality type of situation. She didn't need somebody else to speak for her. Wendy was always a speaker of herself. So I was catching all the stuff. A lot of y'all just want I just feel like a lot of y'all need to get out of that enabling mind space and look at all sides of the situation. Yes, I will reiterate for the 5 millionth time because I don't want people trying to put words in my damn mouth because people are good at that to justify their little weak ass argument. But do I think that Wendy needs to be in a conservatorship? Do I feel like that she needs to be in all these things? No. So I 110% agree with all the things that Don said. It was like, does she sound like how she did back in the day? No, she doesn't. Because I'm a Wendy Nista. I've been following Wendy for majority of her career. She is a mentor in my head. So I could love you, but also I got to speak hard truths. And people who really love people and really genuinely care about them will give them the harsh truth, whether they want to hear it or not. And it's said with love. If we didn't give a damn, we just enable you. And that's what enablers do. If you really don't give a shit about somebody, you're going to feed them all the BS or whatever because you don't want to hurt their feelings. But you're hurting them in the long run. So, yes, she doesn't sound like the Wendy that from back in the day, but she did sound lucid. She sounded like she knew where she was, where she was and what was going on and remembered certain things. And I do believe people with dementia, they do have that ability where they can remember and recall certain things and times and dates and all the other stuff. Where she remembered that she knew Charlemagne for over 20 years, which she did. And they did. But then also, because I was saying like she could recall details from times that we spent together. She did it in the Charlemagne interview. He said, adding that she's also not as sharp as she was back in the day, which I think also comes with age. Child, I'm half a Wendy age, and my brain ain't always as sharp, but but it's sharper than where her mind is. But yeah, y'all know there be times I be stumbling over stuff, and y'all gotta remind me in the comments of certain things, so we can't remember everything. But I do feel like because of the abuse that Wendy has put on her body from drinking and all the other stuff, it has affected her. She has all these a lot of ailments. It's not just the frontal temporal dementia and aphasia. It's not just that. She has the lymphedema. She has the thyroid issue, and she's got all these other things that's going on. So then he goes, but do I think that she sounds incapacitated? No, I mean she can be in control of her own funds and all of that. I think there are ways that you can work with her to make sure that she is being financially smart and savvy and a way to handle this to make sure that she is taken care of financially for the rest of her life. He also said that she's not sure if Wendy needs to be in a facility. He said, I don't know what her issues are. I don't know about addiction issues, reportedly, allegedly. I don't know about those things. I don't know about that now in this moment. I'm not there. I only spoke to her this morning, but she sounds lucid. He also explained that he doesn't understand why Williams isn't with her family before noting that the court-appointed guardian has not spoken, saying that is the guardian protecting her from something that we don't know? I don't know. Nobody knows. And I guess when you are a guardian, you can't speak on someone's public affairs, which is why Sabrina is not speaking out. So everybody can speculate, everybody can say all these things. We can hashtag free Wendy and all the other stuff, and that's great. But I do agree, like, why can't we find people who can help her out financially and make sure that somebody's not trying to clean out her damn account? There could be people that's put in place, the right proper people. And I don't understand, you know what? Wanda could deal with that. And Alex could deal with that. First of all, sidebar. Wanda, her sister, an attorney. So if you're an attorney, you're not a crackerjack box attorney like Kim Kardashian, and you're an actual attorney. Because if you're an attorney, why aren't you pulling your strings or figuring out what you need to do to help your sister out? I don't understand that. And yeah, the GoFundMe and everything is cute or whatever, but I already told her I don't trust them GoFundMes and I don't trust all that stuff. There needs to be another way that we can get money and stuff to Wendy and without GoFundMes getting caught up in this situation. So all the things that Don Lemon is saying like a concerned friend, I do agree with that. That I don't think that she needs to be in this facility. I do think that there should be people put in place that can help her out. Make sure that she is, her finances are where they need to be, and people are not taking any time out to just rob her blind, like what she was doing when she was surrounding herself with all those damn vultures. So we need her out of the wellness facility, and we need her back home with her family. But also, to wrap this up, let me see what Harvey had to say on this. I was like, damn, where'd the article go? Oh, so basically, I mean, I told you a little bit of what he said before, but he did post a video on his channel. I do want to play it, but I'm hoping like I don't get struck down. But I played TMZ videos on here before, and Harvey and Kenneth, maybe he likes me. Unlike other people, what I've heard, their channels got struck down, but I haven't had no issues over here with TMZ whenever I post their stuff. So he basically said that, yeah, the person that he spoke to is under a guardianship and has stripped her of her personal financial freedom. She was lucid, articulate, opinionated, and with it. A far cry from the picture being painted by her guardianship's attorney, who says she is permanently disabled with frontal lobe dementia. Now, Wendy showed no lapse in judgment, no hesitation at all. Charlemagne the God was on the call as well, and Harvey co-signs with his assessment that Wendy is a far cry from disabled. Wendy also has struggled, with substance abuse in the past, but she was clearly clean when she spoke to Harvey on the phone. Now, it raises a serious question: when the judge put Wendy under the guardianship, was it more about the alcohol than it was a medical condition? And that's a good question to ask. It's like, when she was under the guardianship, was it about because this was a way of y'all trying to get her off that alcohol, then the medical condition? But when she was shooting Where's Wendy Williams, she was drinking. She was, doing her vaping and all the other stuff. So she was under the guardianship and still drinking, as we saw in the video, where Sabrina was supposed to be her guardian. How did you not know your client was still out here self-medicating? So I feel like she was worried about how she was going to be portrayed in this light based off of us watching the Lifetime docuseries. So we already spoke about Roberta Kaplan, what she had to say, and we don't need to go into that again. But the question is, what they're asking, is Harvey off base by thinking Wendy might do better as a free person with a sober coach rather than being held in an assisted living facility under a strict guardianship? Well, look, I feel like that we need to open up Wendy's medical stuff. We need to get some people who understand what's going on with her to really look at her, the doctors that she would probably trust that they could bring into this situation. And I feel like now that she's clean and sober, she needs a new reevaluation. And when she's done, let's get her out of this, and then it lightens up your load, Sabrina, and all of you people over there, and you can move on to helping all the next people. Isn't that what the point is? Like, when it comes to these type of facilities, that if there is no family around, I can understand you leaving these people in these facilities for the rest of their life because they have no family or whatever. She has family that want to genuinely take her in and take care of her. So I don't understand, like, what is the goal and the reason that you want to keep her in this situation? To me, it all leads to money. That the more you keep her in this situation, the more you profit off of her and other people. But if she's doing the work and she's clean and sober and she's not drinking and she's not doing all these other things that was putting her in danger in the first place, then it's time to look at her case, let some people come in, help her out, take her off your hands. It lightens your load, and you go off and help these other people. Isn't that the point? Or is this like prison where y'all just want to keep people locked up because it's profitable to keep people in a prison versus letting them back out into the world where they could be changed people? So I know this is like a long situation, a deep dive that we have to go into, and I don't have all the answers, but I'm just hoping that she gets the help that she needs and she gets up off this. Well, she's gotten clearly the help that she needs. She's better the way it seemed. We just need to get her out of this crazy ass guardianship. So I say all this to say, what do y'all think of this story and the latest on Wendy Williams? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments down below.